In today's video, I want to talk about jealousy, and this post is inspired by all the women who have written to me saying that they feel jealous when their husband or boyfriend watches porn. And they're told, and many of us are told, that, hey, it's no big deal, he's just watching something on a screen. But is she a bad person for feeling that way? Is there something wrong with her? And what is she supposed to do with that jealousy? So I want to explore the feeling of jealousy in general, and then we're also going to relate it to porn. And my resource for this conversation is the language of emotions. Your emotions are telling you something. Okay, so just to be clear, emotions are not an excuse to react or treat other people badly. They give us information, so I'm going to teach you how, in this video out of this book, how to powerfully handle and use your emotions to give you information. So you can repress your jealousy or you can express it inappropriately, like we hear about the stalkers. That's not what I'm talking about. What is jealousy telling us? So jealousy is your relational radar. It's very important because it lets you know when there's a risk to your social and your personal security. So envy shows you a risk to your social security, and jealousy lets you know there's a risk to your personal security. So, and please forgive me as I look down sometimes at this book for what I want to say. So jealousy watches over your intimate relationships. Okay, so you got to find out why it's going off. Your jealousy lets you read situations between someone that's important to you, and it has a combination of intuition, which is fear, and self-protection, that's anger. So when your jealousy comes up, there's a little bit of anger because your boundary is violated, and there's a little bit of fear. You're afraid of losing something. It lets you know that something in an important relationship is threatened. Intimacy and security in your intimate relationships is incredibly important to your health and well-being. So much so that you'll actually feel physically threatened when you sense betrayal from your mate. This sense of threat can certainly be traced back through our lineage to more primitive times when mate selection and retention ensured physical survival in harsh climates. However, even when you're surrounded by creature comforts, you still require intimacy and security in your relationships because dependable mates still help to ensure your social and material survival. Dependable mates still nurture and protect your children and your family, and they still provide intimacy, love, security, companionship, sexual communion, friendship, and protection. Healthy and committed relationships are vital to your social and emotional well-being and to your very survival. So when you're feeling jealous, the questions to ask are, what kind of intimacy do I desire and want to offer? What betrayals must be recognized and healed? So your jealousy is a sign to kind of go within and find out. Answer these questions for yourself before you deal with the person that, is making you jealous, so to speak. So there's no pathology in jealousy. We as a society have done ourselves a huge disservice by saying these emotions are good emotions and these emotions are bad emotions. And then when people feel the bad emotions, they try to repress them. Or like, what's wrong with me? Or I shouldn't feel this way. And they're not hearing the message that this emotion is delivering. The human experience is about feeling all of our emotions. And discarding any is going to leave people feeling like really disempowered, like they're here for a reason. So If your mate is unreliable, or if your position as the focus of your mate is threatened, your psyche will pour forth emotions and messages to help you face this very real threat to your security and well-being. If persistent jealousy is a major stumbling block for you, you can look into David Buss's book on the sociological and biological necessity of jealousy. It's called The Dangerous Passion: Why Jealousy is as Necessary as Love and Sex. It's an eye-opening book that defends jealousy as a natural and accurate emotion, even while it chronicles the horrific abuses caused by the repression and incompetent expression of jealousy. So what he found in his follow-up studies on couples who entered therapy to deal with one partner's pathological jealousy was that there was either clear instances of hidden infidelity in most of the cases, and the other cases crippling amounts of internal insecurity. So the jealousy was pointing to a truly endangering situation of external or internal insecurity and acting exactly as it should have to alert its owner to serious threats to intimacy, mate retention, and social well-being. So when you feel jealous, your task is to acknowledge and welcome the jealousy rather than pretend that you don't require security in your most intimate relationship. And if your partner is overly flirting with somebody, your woman is flirting with someone at the office, or usually your male partner is watching porn, it's going to feel threatening because your brain sees, oh, he's looking at this other woman. And often the enthusiasm that the man has for the porn, he gets so excited, he's so into it, could be greater than the enthusiasm he has for you. And in those cases, I would say that the porn is a real threat to the relationship, but not because of the porn, but because he has chosen something over you. And that something doesn't even have to be porn. It could be his drinking. It could be his hobbies, where he goes, fixes his car or does woodworking, or his work. So he's picking something over you, and you're going to be jealous. I can certainly relate to some of this in what I've talked to people and experienced myself. When your partner is more excited about something else than he ever gets excited about you, you're going to feel something, and that could be a very slight amount of jealousy. It's often very slight, and it's alerting you, oh, okay, so you got to check in once again. It's like, what kind of intimacy do I desire and want to offer? I think that women who feel very loved by their man and who feel very secure in their relationship, they're not going to be jealous if he watches a little bit of porn. Maybe, but maybe they will. Okay, so some women may not be okay with that. The same way that a man might feel threatened if the woman is reading a lot of romance novels or watching a lot of romantic comedies and getting really excited about the man and the guy in the movie, or if she prefers a vibrator over having sex with him. I think those are really great analogies. Like a guy watching porn could be similar to a woman using a vibrator or watching romantic comedies or reading romance novels, especially if she is more interested in her vibrator than sex with him. So I think that's how men can relate to, because a lot of men will be like, well, why would she have a problem with me watching porn? Okay, why? Well, why would she? Are you giving her enough attention? And how would you feel if she no longer wanted sex with you because she's got her vibrator and she's good? She's got her vibrator and she's got her dildo. Or she's fantasizing about this actor and her face lights up whenever she sees him. So that would be your jealousy coming out. Or she would rather spend time with her family and her parents or her siblings than with you as the guy. So again, men and women both get jealous. It's just important to notice it And also like to not get like crazy unhinged and do like these stalkerish things, because people actually end each other over jealousy, you know, like you gotta like get a grip on that. So let's continue with jealousy, what the practice is for jealousy. um, your jealousy will arise when it identifies a betrayal or challenge to your intimate relationship. So the way that you deal with it is you take the anger, so jealousy has anger in it. You take the anger of the jealousy and put it into your boundary to make your boundary really strong. And then you go inside that boundary and find your fear and see what you're actually afraid of. Setting your boundary with your jealousy will address your anger meaningfully, so then you can access the fear-based instincts and intuition that your jealousy brings you. If you attempt to take action before you restore your boundary with your anger, you will most likely either overcompensate and explode or undercompensate and collapse. And either of those are like very bad for you and for the people around you. If your jealousy is so strong that you get stuck, it's highly recommended that you get therapy, someone to help you with that, especially emotion-focused therapy that can help you work with your jealousy. And that's it. If you want to know more about how to deal with your jealousy and your other emotions, I really recommend this book. And thank you for watching my video.